Cap 201. We're so glad to have you here, be able to join us for this final event of the semester. This is the final of two events that we had involving students presenting their final capstone projects to earn either the distinction of Global Scholar or Social Justice Studies. This evening we have a total of 9 presenters, so hang in there. We will have a short intermission in between. These are some really tremendous presentations. We're really excited to hear from them. But before we begin, I just wanted to provide a moment to acknowledge and reflect on how Harper College lies on the traditional and continuing homelands of the councils of the three fires, the Ojibwa, Odawa, Potawatomi, Peoria, Sioux, Kickapoo, Miami, and other peoples. And not far from here is the site of the 1833 Treaty of Chicago, which forced Native people westward, including the Potawatomi Trail of Death, as part of a federal government's ongoing violent removal of Native people. While thousands of descendants of Native people call Chicago area home today, many of the surviving generations of the original people of this region reside in segregated reservations far removed from their ancestral homelands. I offer this land acknowledgement not only in a spirit of reconciliation, but also in support of efforts to secure land rights within the state of Illinois. Such measures like House Bill 4718, which is actually sponsored by Representative Mark Walker here from Arlington Heights in our district. These efforts are trying to move forward, try to readdress some of these social injustices, which is very much a part of today as it has been in our past. And we as educators, students, citizens, and human beings have a role to play in ensuring that we speak out against these injustices, both at home and abroad. I thank you for your attendance this evening, and I assure you, having worked with these students over the course of the semester, you're going to walk away with this event feeling better about the future in the hands of these incredible capstone students and the work that they've done here today. So I'd like to just have Professor Nellie Khalil, Director of the International Education Office, to have a few remarks before we begin with our first student presenter.
Good evening, everyone. I'll be honest, Professor Bentley usually does this with me, so I'm feeling a little lost without him here. But I will say thank you all for coming. To our capstone students, just to reiterate what Professor Bohman said, we are so inspired by you, by the work you've done. You've really taken leadership roles, not just through the capstone course, but through your work at Harper. We see this kind of expanding global citizenship, progressing with you, attention to social justice, attention to sustainability issues, and really have a lot of hope for the future based on what we've seen. And just to let you know, capstone students, I had a lot of people last week after honors convocation stop me and tell me how amazing your project sounded just based on the titles alone. So I know we're in for a treat today to hear the rest of the projects. To family members and to mentors, we want to send a sincere thank you for all the support that you've given the capstone students, and also to Professor Bohman, who's helped to see the capstone students through this semester. So that's it, yeah.
Just a couple ground rules for more or less. We have 9 students presenting today. Please be aware that we are recording these sessions. So I just want to let you know that. I'd also ask you to refrain from asking any questions during the presentations. We hope to have a little bit of time after, depending on how we're doing, so you can ask questions then. If you do need to leave the room, I would wait until the student's done presenting before you would exit, if you could, please. We will allow for it. We're about midway through. We'll probably do like a quick 10-minute intermission just so everyone can check out, grab some of the refreshments over here, and then we'll go from there. So our first presenter is Lehman Lay.